G'day everybody, it's Matt Dawn from Lawnporn. Get your lawn on. Welcome to this video. It's talking about getting ready for spring. Now, a common question I'm getting asked a lot at the moment is, what do I got to do now? Spring's like 3-4 weeks away. In a nutshell, you really need to organise yourself. You need to organise your tools and everything that you need for your impending renovation, which you'll do early to mid-spring. So if the question, and what I think most of the questions are pertaining to, is what products should you be putting down this time of year? Well, we do have a program, but if you haven't done anything the whole winter, and a lot of us are in that boat, self included, you'd put down a granular fertilizer just to promote the growth as the winter is starting to finish and the lawn is starting to grow again. So 4 Seasons is perfect for that. There are others, and do realise that you'll be putting that down 4 to 6 weeks before your renovation, so you will be wasting a little bit of product down the track when you do your renovation. In regards to renovation, I'd normally renovate in the second week of September. However, this time around I'm actually going to be renovating early, and that's just to deal with some time constraints and some things that I have to do. Well, firstly I'll go through my lawn and then I'll go through my equipment. Alright, so where am I at with my lawn? This is Santa Ana Couch. I haven't really done anything with it the whole of winter, except for the last couple of weeks that I've been home. Launch and charger mixed with root builder has done really well here. Plus there's been a few decent little days like today with a little bit of sunshine, which has been much appreciated, and a fair bit of rain, which also helps. All I could really say is that it's coming along well. I've treated for weeds, and yeah, it's looking great. Of course, and I've said this a million times, I've got to level out the area next to the retaining wall. The retaining wall went in during autumn. There wasn't going to be any winter growth, so I left it, and yeah, I need to. It's a bit hard to show with the camera, but I really need to cut that out, level that out with the retaining wall, and just neaten it all up, and I've got the whole way around there too. So as you can see, this gets a fair bit of sun, and she didn't really grow in at all, simply because it's winter. So yeah, the tools that you need for a spring renovation, you'll need something to scarify, you'll need something to aerate, and you'll need something to spread out and put down your top dress. You'll also need some products. I'll go into that, but first I'll go into the tools. All right, so got my shade is stuffing it up there. Got a Scarifier there. That's a Scott Bonner 46. Very lucky to have this. I picked this up from a bowling club that's no longer using it because they've got synthetic, so very expensive, but I got that. There are some electric ones that you've probably seen on the market, Swami, and some other ones like from Ryobi. I haven't tried them yet, but people seem to be pretty happy with them. Now, of course, if you've got buffalo, you don't want to scarify to the ground. You'd probably just cut it down a few times with a rotary mower. Now, speaking of, once I've done my scarification, I will need a rotary mower. So the Ego twin blade will do a good job of sucking up all the general material. I'll also have another rotary which goes a little bit lower, that I have. It's an older Honda, and I'll be using that as well to suck up a lot of the mower. I haven't got it out here in front of me. So you'll need something for aerating. The Real Solutions aerator there. I've got the Walensee. I didn't bring it out. I should have, but I didn't. I've also got a Pro plugger there, which is good for if you want to take some bits of lawn and put it in new areas and spread it. I will have a video of that in the future. So, scarifying, low mowing, aerating, and top dress. So, Lawnporn top dress, that is available at Garden Grove. That's well worth a check out. You'll obviously need some tools like spades to chuck it and spread it out. What is that, like a landscaping rake? I couldn't think of the words for it. Landscaping rake, which is quite handy for spreading it out, and the soil spreader for flattening out is just the way to go. So, scarification, low mowing, sucking it all up, aerating, top dressing and leveling, and then you'd go straight into your first treatment, which this is when you'll start using your soil wetters, and you'll use them monthly through spring, summer and into the early autumn. A 3 monthly application of history will look after the black beetle, so it'll kill any that's there, and it will deter any from coming into your lawn. And your first application will be our granular 4 seasons, which is a dual slow controlled release, nitrogen and potassium fertilizer. Also got iron in it for that deep dark green color. So what you would do after you've done your scarifying, aerating, top dressing, is you'd put down moist history as a tank mix application straight away before you water in. You'd put down 2 kilos of 4 seasons per the 100 square meters, and you'd get that all watered in with a good 20 to 30 minute water, just so you get these products into the soil profile and start off fertilizing the area. Okay, so post when you do renovation, every day for the first week or two, you'll need to water 3 times a day. It's called syringe watering. Probably about like 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the noon, and 10 minutes in the late afternoon, just to keep the soil surface wet while you're getting the repair in. Now, this is where irrigation comes in really handy. If you don't have irrigation, you can get a tap timer and a sprinkler and just do the best that you can. If it goes dry from time to time, it doesn't matter so much, but you don't want to let it go dry for too long, because that could really harm your repair. Once you start seeing some leaf growth, you would get into using foliar fertilizers which feed through the leaves, and Launch and Charger mixed with Root Builder, there are your friends. Launch is balanced with kelp, and that really promotes a strong root system and good general growth. Charger is makes the leaf grow very, very quickly, and it's also got that iron there, Inficolor. Root Builder, when you use these products, is a great tank mix option. It's kelp for the roots to really get them going. So when your lawn starts growing in, obviously, then you would reduce your watering to, like, 3 times a week, a bit more deeply. Do that in the morning, and then the next week 2 times a week deeply in the morning, and then 1 time a week deeply, round about your 3rd or 4th week, week 5. Just depends on how it grows in and how it all reacts. So I'll just show off some of the other things that I've got that I'll be using this season. There's been a few questions about, because people send the Greenworks stuff on the channel and on the Facebook page, should I say. And they said, are you dropping Ego for Greenworks? No, I'm not sponsored by Ego. I'm not sponsored by Greenworks. It's just something that we're going to review. I still personally have the all the Ego stuff. I love it. It's just so handy and fantastic. And I love the blower. That's fantastic. And I really do love the edger. This is my go-to edger. That's part of the multi-tool system there. That'll accept a whole different scheme of tools. I've got a video on that. I'll click a link up the top there. Now for my sprayer, I'm very blessed to have this. Thank you BA Group Australia for giving me this a couple of years ago. It's the one on the bottom, obviously, I'm talking about. And it's total overkill for this yard, especially because it's not very big. But I certainly appreciate it. A good option though. And you know, if I wasn't given this, I wouldn't be buying it for myself, because you know it's a bit ridiculous for this yard, obviously. But if I was to get a sprayer, I'd definitely do prefer the pump sprayers rather than the electrics. And there's a few reasons for that, but the main one here is that this one here is a very good price. The pump action's not too hard to use. It holds pressure well. I get a nice even spray because this one's got a pressure valve in here, so that's a fantastic feature. And you get a selection of nozzles. And I use the flat fan, but there's like 5 nozzles that come with it. So that's the Asatu. That's also available from BA Group Australia. If you want to check that out, I think it's about 185 bucks thereabouts. A couple of years ago, that's what the price was. So I don't know what it is now. Now, my shadow's really getting in the way here, isn't it? This yard here, I've got some real big aims this year. Certainly we're flattening it out and looking after it and getting into some of the jobs that I haven't done, like some of the garden beds and everything like that. I'm really looking for a Mickey Mouse result this year. I'm going to honour my friend by doing some patterns this year, and I also want to go into the Allett stripes competition. So I'll be doing that throughout different times of the year. I won't be showing it all on the page in the channel until after the competition entry is entered next year, and then once the results are all out, then I can release stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that competition, and these are the tools that I'm going to really be using quite a bit. So I've got the Mow Master here, which I absolutely love. It's the R22W in standard form, 8-blade reel, mows from 2.7mm up to 19mm. Look, I tend not to go much lower than 4mm or 5mm, especially early in the season. It's a lovely mower, nice and simple to use. Honda engine, GX 120. It's just a work of art, and that's had its first sharp and everything, so that's raring to go. And also, and this is because of the Allett stripes competition, I got myself an Allett, and I went the 17mm simply because I wanted the difference in width to help me do my patterns. That's got a 10-blade in it. I do have a video on that mower. It's really just gone bananas in Australia, that's for sure, and it's good to see ADE Turf having such fun with that and such success, and Allett as well. You know, I've met Dave Allett, I've met Austin Jarrett, who's the owner. It's all they're all great guys and just very passionate about their products. And to help me along this season, I will be using the verticutter a couple of times throughout the late spring and summer, I would imagine, and I'd be using this about twice a month. This is a Scarifier here to dig out thatch, probably about twice a month during the late spring through the summer. So yeah, I'd be using that much more than what I would use this, but I'd use that sort of like when I'm doing a mini renovation, or I just want to chop up the stolons a bit more so it's a bit more even. So I've yabbered quite enough. Getting back to the questions of spring, in a nutshell, 3 to 4 weeks to go to your renovation. Put down some granular fertiliser, water that in. That'll help kickstart the growth and get the nutrients into the soil prior to the renovation. And then in the meantime, organise all your equipment, organise your Scarifier, the mowers that you're going to use, organise your top dress, organise your aerator, everything that you need to do. Once you've scarified, aerated, top dressed, levelled it out, get down some moist soil wetter, some history for the black beetle and 4 seasons again will really help you start your season off very, very well, being dual controlled release, nitrogen and potassium, and also the iron for that colour. In the weeks post renovation, a bit of extra water will be needed as a syringe water cycle 3 times a day for the first week. The next week might be the same, or you might want to skip a day but still do 3 times a day every alternate day, just little waters, 10 minutes. And just want to keep that surface and topsoil moist and everything like that. Don't let it dry out too much. And then once you see a bit of leaf growth, start using your foliar fertilisers, launch charger and root builder. Will all help you in that. Look, I'll be putting out a spring program, as I always do, to really help you along and help you with your choices and give you some tips to really get your lawn on. Okay, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow. Thanks a lot, everybody. Get your lawn on.